What's going on? We're not having even drafted
Yeah,
yet. How are
so
there? How come there are trends?
I've been fucking around on drafts probably about every night, just one or two late at night, while Terrence's at the gym and shit. And what I found out some shit on Reddit. Excuse me. I'm looking at tight end a lot. I'm looking at tight end. I'm seeing what's happening. I'm not really, it's not new news anymore that people reach for the stud Kelsey or the stud Kittle high. The news now is that like how much these rookie tight ends are being valued year to year. Um, Kyle Pitts is going like getting taken as the fourth tight end right now. I mean, the average draft position is way off the charts, 20 to 40. It's a big range. I'm not here to talk about that, but just the fact that it's a rookie tight end being the fourth tight end taken after guys such as like T.J. Hawkinson on the Detroit Lions, Noah Fan on the Denver Broncos, even Evan Ingram who's fallen out of favor this last 2 years for the Giants. Those are names I would still pick before a Kyle Pitts. Um, we're chasing for that Cinderella story there, bro. I mean, it's not going to be a Disney ending for this guy. It hasn't been for any rookie tight end. But yeah, he was the highest guy picked since I think Vernon Davis was picked fifth or ninth. Um, you know, but just because his draft status was that doesn't translate to fantasy football. I think everyone's caught up in the glitter right now. I know Julio's gone. I know he's going to step in and fill in at Julio role. Calvin Ridley's still going to open things up, so it's not like the focus is all on Kyle Pitts. I know Kyle Pitts lines up outside most of the time at Florida, so he's going to take on a more receiver role, maybe. That's what we're projecting. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck. You still don't take him.
I think yeah. So like you kind of touched on it, but Julio
I don't
Jones
like
is
that.
out,
Yeah.
so people are probably grading Kyle Pitts higher because they're like, okay, who's the target? Well, quarterbacks, it's kind of like their safety blanket, the tight end. This guy's athletic. He's supposed to be highly sought after. So people are just kind of, again, trying to do the math of who's going to get the ball in Atlanta, and maybe they'll really bank on their tight end, their rookie tight end, to bail him out. So that's probably why you're seeing him drafted so highly. And you think more down to earth. He's still a rookie. I don't care how good he is, or
Still got to learn the system. Still got to do. Yeah, it's not only just learning the route trees, but I'm sure it's more. They do more route options nowadays. So they give a receiver two. They might give the quarterback three routes in the play call. The quarterback calls one, but the receiver still has two routes in his head based off how the receiver is gonna turn his hip or stick which foot down at the 7 or 9 yard mark. It's complicated shit like that. I mean, we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? That Wonderlick, man. Maybe he had a high Wonderlick. So. Another trend I'm seeing, bro. Matt Stafford, man. I talked to a couple of my little bro's friends. They were here for his birthday party a few weeks ago. Heavy football. Uh, they're telling me about, hey, who's the sneaky quarterback this year? Because they like to take quarterbacks late too. And we're all talking, and he's like, man, that's why I don't like to do a podcast and spill my secrets. But this ain't really secrets. We're all reading the same shit. This is just what I think is what I'm seeing out on the internet that's like, hey, I like this. So one would be Stafford. I'm seeing Stafford getting picked high. I like it, but I don't like it because I'm like, man, that's my plan, man. I wanted Stafford to be my Philip Rivers, of previous years where like, he's going to be there after round 10, 11, and like you still got a good fantasy quarterback. But I'm seeing him getting take high. Like I think shit, it's probably seventh round.
that doesn't
Um,
seem too wild to me. I think we talked about it a lot. I think a lot of people expect Stafford to do well in his new environment with just
well, and I'll make a PSA right now before we get into Stafford situation. You don't want to be the first guy to take a quarterback. If you do, you're not going to win. Yeah, I'll just keep it at that. So hopefully,
just
someone who
definitely
has
don't
one
take
picking
Tom.
up.
Don't be the first to take a quarterback, and don't take Tom Brady with your first pick.
I mean, I know Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards and he was MVP a couple years ago, but I mean, is he really worth like a third rounder? Aaron Rodgers at his peak, was he worth the third or fourth round
No, because it's
selections?
it's it's marginal. Like, yeah, Pat Mahomes might be like the top quarterback, and he might do great, but you can get a
Guy number
quarterback,
4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9, yeah, they'll
and
just have
you're better
just good
served getting
weeks.
like double tight ends or a really good running back. Those first three picks should be money players that there's a big drop off when you go from round one to round two or whatever the hell you are. When
hmm
so running back, tight end usually for me.
What else am I seeing? Something that's no longer news, but I guess if you compare to the last 10 years of our decade in fantasy, it's something I think our league, especially balls deep, we've known just because the amount of people we got 12. But I think 2012 to 2016, you had about an average of six running backs out of the first round. That's around 2012 to 2016. You look at the last 4 years, you're having about 9, 10 getting taken. So what's that saying? A lot less receivers, more. Same thing what you just said. The disparity in points is not that big of a drop off. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing a lot more running backs get taken now. I want to bring up a counter to that, which is I heard about. It's called the dead zone. You heard of this? The
No.
running back dead zone. Apparently, like rounds 3, 4 through 7. So that 3, 4 round range, starting around round 3, 4 to 7, 8. Uh, Running backs have been underperforming in that range. So people are calling this the dead zone for running backs, to where that's where they build wide receiver depth, or I don't know, I guess tight end depth. Which what is there tight end depth after your fourth, fifth top stud? So I wanted to bring that up. As I mean, how do you feel it? How'd you win it? You won it last year. Do you remember based off your
Yeah,
roster? I mean,
I think we mentioned this
it
last.
was the trades that killed it, and you had two tight ends. So it's kind of hard to ask you because you had a unique roster build that
Yeah, like I
was
said,
probably the
in our
factor.
league, how many people do we have in our league now? 12?
12, 12, yeah.
12-man league. We'd run double tight end sets. So that to me, yeah, I had great tight ends and I had a great running back. I had Dalvin Cook at running back. I had Travis Kelsey was who I drafted, and I picked him high. I probably was my second round pick or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I traded, I don't know why I first get his name, Darren Waller, tight end of
Oh,
the
yeah,
Raiders.
yep. I gave you Darren Waller, man.
So that was like my kind of triplet that really pushed a lot of points. And then I forget, I could probably look it up, but those were my key players that were cranking out like 20, 30 points. I forget how we're like really structured with our points, but either way, those guys were really carrying me. And I had a good fill-in players. I think I even picked up who's the running back from Detroit that kind of went off late.
Swift, DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah,
Was he a rookie
yeah.
last year? I
Yeah, he
picked
was
him
a
up
rookie,
too.
man.
So then I had
I
good
think Matt
fill-ins.
drafted him and dropped him, I think, right?
Yeah,
You didn't
no,
draft him.
no, I didn't draft him. I picked him up.
Fucking bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think great players at a few key positions and through a draft and getting player when they're hot will definitely do well for you.
I'm excited, man, because like I said, I mean, beginning of the show is July, so I mean, we're gonna talk a lot more of these. I like to stay away from stats, but we're gonna talk a lot more like draft guys, positioning, things like that. It's gonna be good. And but shit, until then, man, what's next? What we got?